What's up YouTube? This is GroudonEmpire, and today I am starting a mini-series on my channel for Battle Spot Single for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire League. As you guys know, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were just released like a month ago, less than a month ago, or probably exactly 1 month ago at the time of recording this. And the Battle Spot rating battles actually have a new rule set, and the rule set is you need to use only Gen 6 obtained Pokemon. So you can't use any of your transferred Pokemon. All your Pokemon have to either be caught in X and Y or caught in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, or they have to be from a Generation 6 event, or they have to be bred, etc. from X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So that means you can't have any of the previous tutors that are not reintroduced in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and we can't have special event moves like Sheer Cold Suicune. And what this also means is people can't just easily Pokegen any random legend, for example. My goal for this mini-series is to basically showcase every single Mega Evolution except for the Mega Latios, because, you know, they're Latios and Latias are not easy to get a competitive version of in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and also Mega Salamence, because Mega Salamence everybody uses it already, so I don't need to do a showcase video for it because you'll see it enough. Now, if you guys are wondering why you should watch me, why bother with my channel, my personal peak for X and Y, which was the last season, which also occurred in the last season of X and Y, which is season 6, before Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire got released, was 1917. For you guys that don't know, that is the highest rating for anyone that uploads content on YouTube that does rating Battle Spot single videos. And I finished the season actually equivalent to number 2 in the UK, number 9 in Korea, number 5 in the United States, number 1 in every other country pretty much, except for Japan and said country. So that's really high. And I'm the highest rated person who actually does YouTube content. So that's why you should watch my content, if not for anything else, if you're wondering why you should be watching my channel. Now, I also recorded a lot of those games that I actually used to get up there as well in a playlist in a series called Route Global 1000, which I will link in the description for anyone who is interested to see me actually peak. Now, for this mini-series, I'm going to start off with basically a team intro. Basically, I'm going to talk about the team a little bit, and I'm going to basically do 2 to 3 videos with my goal of just trying to showcase this Mega as well as winning as much as I can. Now, if you're not interested in the team summary part, then just skip the next couple of minutes right now. But for you guys who are interested, I'm about to start right away. So as you can see, we are using a Steelix team, because Steelix is a new Mega that you can tell from this team. This is a Mega Steelix team. Mega Steelix's ability is Sand Force. So that powers up Steel, Ground, and Rock type moves. So as you can tell, I have a Tyranitar to set up Sand, and this is basically an offensive Steelix because of that. So I have Earthquake, Ice Fang, because Ice Fang is amazing coverage with Earthquake, and Stone Edge because that's like perfect coverage, except for like a Surge Kit or something, which is really irrelevant. Last move, I have a Steel move, because I want Steel Stab, why not, right? And because its only use is as a super effective move versus Fairies and Ice type Pokemon, I thought of the most relevant Ice and Fairy types. So that would be Sylveon and Mamoswine. Now, Mamoswine is a heavy Pokemon, so Heavy Slam is out of the question. And while Mamoswine is decently fast, Gyro Ball is not really all that effective, like in terms of damage, versus Sylveon, because Sylveon isn't really all that fast. Iron Head is actually the most consistent Steel type move, so mine actually has Iron Head rather than those other 2 moves. And I have a Smooth Rock Tyranitar with Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, Crunch, Earthquake. It's jolly natured, max speed, you know, it's there to set up stand, and if I can sweep, it's great. I have a Gastrodon with Storm Drain, which drinks up all the water type moves, and it gets a special attack boost. And it also has Ice Beam, Recover. It's really bulky, it can kill dragons, and it's just Scald Burn. It's really good as a defensive Pokemon, and it deals with water types, right? I have a Mega Lucario, special Mega Lucario, because Pokemon that wall physical walls are troublesome, and special Lucario can tear things up, right? So that's why I have Lucario here. Really synergizes as well, especially as a Sand Sweeper, well, because it's not affected by sand, blah blah, you get what I'm saying. And then I have a Reuniclus because Reuniclus destroys defensive Pokemon with Calm Mind Recover. You know, it's not affected by Leech Seed. I have Safety Goggles, so you can't put it to sleep by Spore or Sleep Powder. You know, it has Magic Guard. The ability is Magic Guard, so it's not affected by Leech Seed. It's not affected by Toxic or Burn. So it's really good, and it can set up on so many things. It's so bulky. It's amazing. And you always need a setup sweeper that can set up on the bulky Pokemon in the format. Otherwise, you're just going to get walled to hell and back. And then last but not least, I have a Talonflame because of the priority. I should just call this Pokemon Priority. It shouldn't even be called Talonflame. It should just be called Priority because that's what it does, and that's what it's best at, and that's what it's mostly used for, and that's what it's extremely used for because it's like #2 usage right now. It's Choice Banded, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and Tailwind. Tailwind instead of Sleep Talk because Sleep Talk is unreliable because you might get a first turn wake or something like that, or you know, you never know when you're going to wake up and it's going to be a useless move to lock yourself into. Whereas Tailwind, if there's ever, like for example, a setup sweeper that you can't kill with Brave Bird, or Swift Swim that you can't kill, a Swift Swim team that you can't kill with Brave Bird, use Tailwind, and now the rest of your team can actually be faster. Now with that out of the way, I'm gonna start press challenge, and we're gonna find our first battle. So as you can see, I already started playing a few games, and I also don't have all the musics unlocked because I only played up until I got the Mega Bracelet. I'm going to continue to play to get more of the background music unlocked, but right now I just want to start making these Wi-Fi battles. So disregard this record, whatever. I'm using these Pokemon. Keep in mind that we found our first opponent, 1580, really good rating. Keep in mind that these, like, all the new Megas, they're not necessarily good. So you have to keep that in mind. So a big example is Mega Steelix. I start off with Mega Steelix right now because I know, and not just me, but other high ladders also know that Mega, like Steelix and a lot of other of the new Megas, they're just not good. So there's only so much we can do if the Pokemon isn't good. Now right now I'm going to write down my opponent's team. So they have a Togekiss, they have a Ferrothorn, they have a Seismitoad. Either you can write it down on a notepad, or you can write it on, or you can write it down on, like, you know, Pokemon Showdown, whatever suits your style. You just want to write the team down somewhere so you don't, like, because you have team preview, so you know what your opponent's bringing. So you just want to make sure you write things down so you know what they brought and what they potentially have in the back. That way you can actually play better versus your opponent. So they have a Ferrothorn, they have a Slowbro, a Blaziken, a Togekiss, Seismitoad, Kangaskhan. They have a really good team. So what can I do? Steelix doesn't like Ferrothorn. Steelix doesn't like Slowbro. Steelix actually doesn't like it doesn't care. Well, Steelix also doesn't like Seismitoad. It doesn't really care for okay, Steelix is not a good Pokemon for this. It really isn't good for this at all. Talonflame is actually really good because I can Brave Bird Togekiss, I can Brave Bird Kangaskhan and Blaziken, so that's actually really nice. They're probably going to start off with the Blaziken if I know my stuff correctly. I'm not sure if I know my stuff correctly or not. But depending on what they start off with, I can just start off with Talonflame, right? And I don't have a Rocky Helmet user on my team, so I guess that stinks. I'm going to start off with Gastrodon. And if I see a Ferrothorn, I am just going to go into... Actually, you know what? I'm going to start off with a Reuniclus. I'm going to have a Talonflame with me. And then for last but not least, I'm going to have a Lucario with me, alright? Now, that took a lot of time because, as you guys know, I just told you guys, really, I don't know if you guys know or not. For this format, Steelix is just not good. Mega Steelix is not really good. And if you want to actually use Mega Steelix, you can use Mega Steelix on any team, right? You can just use it as a 6th Pokemon that's just there to look pretty, and you could say, okay, I use Mega Steelix. But I want to actually use the Pokemon. You know, I want to actually use the Pokemon. I don't want to just have it on the team to look pretty. You know, I want to actually use the Pokemon. So I made a team for it, but because the Pokemon is not good, the team is also not going to be good because you can only make a team so good for a certain Pokemon if you want to use that Pokemon, because that Pokemon will dictate how you make the rest of the team. Unless you just want to make a good team and just put a Steelix on it just to look pretty. Now, my opponent started off with a Slowbro. They have things in the back. I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind. Well, actually, I'm afraid my opponent might be Mega Slowbro. So I think, actually, I don't care if my opponent is Mega Slowbro because I can just Calm Mind to +6 anyway. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go into all right. So So yeah, this Slowbro, I don't know what the Slowbro will do. I hope it doesn't use Yawn, because that would really suck. I predict a Yawn. Okay, it's gonna use Scald. It's probably gonna try to get a burn on me, but I do have Magic Guard, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna keep on using Calm Mind. And then when Kangaskhan comes in, I'm just gonna use Psyshock. Now this is not a Kangaskhan, this is a Blaziken. And if I know my stuff correctly, can I kill this guy? Let's see. I'm not completely sure. It might use Knockoff, and if it does, I'm gonna use Recover right now. I predict. Okay, all right. Okay, now I'm in serious trouble. I need to do. Okay, I'm in serious trouble. I need to kill this thing. I am in so much trouble right now. Oh my god, I'm in so much trouble. I need to kill this thing ASAP. I should have Psyshocked. I was predicting a baton. I was predicting this. I really was. I'm in a lot of trouble right now. I'm in so much trouble right now. Oh my goodness. I'm in so much trouble right now. I was predicting a bulk up baton pass to Kangaskhan set, but like, darn. I didn't think he would do it like that. That's just insane. That's just insane. Now, if I had Life Orb, I'd probably... I don't know. I don't think I would have killed this thing. Never mind. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think I stand a chance. I think my best chance, actually, is to go into Talonflame, because I need Reuniclus for... the Slowbro. So I'm gonna go into Talonflame, because Talonflame, a +2 Kangaskhan, is not going to take damage from a Talonflame. And I do have a Lucario with Vacuum Wave in the back. A special Lucario with Vacuum Wave in the back. So for whatever that's worth, I can definitely do something with that. Now I'm gonna switch into Talonflame, I'm gonna sack it off. This thing is faster, right, the Kangaskhan, so now I can just use Sucker Punch on me, and it would outspeed my Brave Bird anyway. So I'm gonna die. I mean, I can actually use Tailwind. Wow, I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter. Wait, what? Ice Beam? Alright, he used Bulk Up, and then he used Ice Beam. He might freeze me. Okay, he didn't freeze me. That is strange. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use Tailwind, because I want the Lucario to come in and actually kill this thing. So I'm going to use Tailwind right now, because Brave Bird, it's at +2, and it doesn't have Sucker Punch, and I honestly don't know what, like Bulk Up, maybe he just wants the defense boosts, whatever. I mean, I personally don't mind. It's whatever to me. But like, as long as I can put in work with Lucario, I don't really care. Now, he does have Ice Beam, so that means he's going to have hacks on his side. So he can freeze hacks me, and I'll be in serious trouble. Regardless, I do have the Tailwind up. And now this is where I should ask the question. How many turns of... Okay, so I used Tailwind, he used Bulk Up, and then I used Recover, and then he used Bulk Up again. Okay, alright, so he only has 2. Okay, I can Mega Evolve, and I can go for an Aura Sphere, and hopefully I'll kill this guy, and I hope I do. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to go for an Aura Sphere. I hope I go first. I seriously do, because I use Tailwind. That's why I use Tailwind. And this, guys, is why you want to use Tailwind. I use Tailwind, so I should go first. It wouldn't make sense if I didn't. Alright, so I used Tailwind, and I did go first. And that's a dead Kangaskhan. So Tailwind came in serious handy. Now, I know this is supposed to be a Mega Steelix team, but my opponent had a Slowbro. My opponent had a Seismitoad. My opponent had a Ferrothorn. And that's just not a good matchup for Steelix. Remember, this is not OU or any Smogon 6v6 format. I apologize, sorry. Sorry about that. This is actually Battle Spot Rating Battles single. So it's 3v3. So you have to look at what your opponent has, and you have to pick the appropriate 3 Pokemon, alright? So that's what it is. So you can't just pick Pokemon and think that I want to use my favorite Pokemon and I made a good team for I should win. No, you know, it's 3v3. You have to keep that in mind. Now we got a crit, lucky us, blah blah. It doesn't matter because we can go into Reuniclus next turn, like after everything is done anyway, and we would win. So this game, I was predicting Talonflame. Oh, he still has Blaziken. I completely forgot. I was predicting my opponent to actually, what's it called? I was predicting my opponent to actually use Fake Out and kill me, or use like Return to kill me. Doesn't even need Fake Out. He can just kill me with Return. But my opponent went for an Ice Beam, so that was extremely strange. Talonflame shouldn't have gotten that opportunity to actually use Tailwind. But keep in mind, I am in low ladder, so things like this will happen. But also keep in mind that I am using a Mega Steelix team, and I know for a fact Mega Steelix is not good. Because, you know, I'm very experienced at this format. And I've also talked to other people who are also not as experienced as good as I am, but still really good. And they've also said the same things. And there are some people who are actually much better than me, who I've also talked to, and they've also, you know, they're a lot more critical than I am. So Mega Steelix isn't the most competitive Mega Pokemon out there, but it's definitely a Pokemon that I want to showcase. And for this video, I didn't showcase it, but this is a Mega Steelix team. And I hope you guys learned a little bit about what Pokemon you shouldn't bring, when you shouldn't bring Mega Steelix in versus, and what kind of teammates you should have more for Mega Steelix in order to deal with these Pokemon that Mega Steelix cannot deal with. All right. So if this video is helpful to you, please remember to click that like button and all that nice stuff. And on the layout on the bottom says all of that. Remember to leave comments. Leave comments for suggestions, criticisms, and just overall feedback. You know, if you like this, if you're hyped for video 2, video 3 for this series, I really hope I can end up using Mega Steelix. I'll end up recording games that I actually use Mega Steelix in for the rest of this series. But for this first video, I really wanted to just have a little intro at the beginning and then have one game with the team and to also explain the team and whatnot so you guys understand what's going on. So this is GroudonEmpire, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of this year and 2015. Peace out.